Nou vir die jongste oor die middeltermynverkiesing praat ons nou regstreeks met ons verslaggewer in Washington, Simon Marks. Simon, it's just afternoon on the East Coast, so still a long way to go for this election throughout all those time zones. Is there any trend that you're picking up from the eastern states for the moment?
Absolutely, Gustav. I was just looking. I mean, the record turnout appears to be being notched up in those states where polling is now underway. We've got, another 7 hours or so here on the East Coast before polls close, and there seems to be an absolute determination among voters to get out and cast their ballots. But we don't know what that means. Does it mean that President Trump has very successfully energized his base and persuaded people to get out and vote to stop what he insists would be the threat of radical Democratic Party socialists from taking over? Or does it indicate that Democrats are absolutely determined to try and stop Donald Trump's form of polarized politics in its tracks and reduce him to a lame duck in the White House for the next 2 years, till they start counting real votes? Put all the forecasts to one side. Let's wait and see what happens.
So Donald Trump is not on the ballot this time, but it is seen as a referendum on his first 2 years in office. What will it take for a typical Trump voter or supporter in a place like Texas to change their vote and support the other side? Is the country as divided as it seems on the federal level?
Oh, I think the country is as polarised as it's ever been, more polarised than at any point in the 25 years that I've spent here. Look, if you're a typical Republican voter in Texas, you've got to decide, like Republicans across the country. Are you a Trump Republican? Are you attracted by the kind of language that he's used on the campaign trail, by the pure invention of this threat of an invasion that he insists is right around the corner from that immigrant caravan oh so slowly making its way towards the US border with Mexico? Or are you turned off? Are you a typical centrist Republican, perhaps more of a fan of the late Senator John McCain and thinking of sending a message to Donald Trump by voting for his Democratic opponents in this cycle? Again, till they start counting the votes, we're simply not going to know which way this is going.
Now, the Democrats are very confident that they can pick up those 23 seats needed to win the House of Representatives, and the leader, Nancy Pelosi, she said recently that they will win. What will it mean for the Trump presidency if the Democrats do take the House?
Well, in a word, trouble, because the Constitution says that impeachment proceedings against the president, they have to begin in the House of Representatives, not in the US Senate. So if we wake up tomorrow morning and the Democrats are looking forward to controlling the House of Representatives from January onwards, then the White House has to be seriously worried about the possibility that Democrats will try to impeach President Trump over those allegations of ties between his campaign and the Russians back in 2016. And Donald Trump will have to brace himself for that, and may later this week choose to shake up his government in order, by the time January rolls around, to be putting some fresh faces into his inner circle as he gets ready for whatever lies ahead.
Nou, dit was Simon Marks regstreeks vir eNuus uit Washington vanaand.